All right, so today at Street Tactical Integrations here in Portland, Oregon, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go off of going into a hammer lock. How we get in this situation may vary. I'm not gonna belabor too much on kind of how I arrived there. The idea here is looking at different principles, okay? And if I'm gonna put this arm in a hammer lock, what I wanna do is extend this arm out. Okay, that will enable him to have the least amount of power and resistance. Okay, so if you think of power dynamics, if it's in here or here, he can use a lot of muscle groups to pull it into his body to counter this maneuver, which is not what I want. If it does, then I have to go to a different maneuver. So the idea here is that I want to stretch his arm up. So those of you who practice Jeet Kune Do, this is like a lap sao. Those who don't worry about it. Right? The idea here is that I extend this out, I'm pulling. And as I pull, I want to continue tension. Because I don't know about you, but if somebody starts grabbing my arm, your natural inclination is going to be to pull the motherfucker back in. You don't want to give him the arm. So I need to continue to use force to pull and maintain it away from his body. If I pull and then let go, he's going to rubber band it back into himself, which is, again, not necessarily what I want. So as we do this, right, we've gotten here, okay? We're not gonna worry about that today. The idea is I've gotten here and I'm gonna continue to pull down through until I get this close or past the plane of his back, okay? Where you start to lose muscle power as the further it is behind you, okay? So my aim here is to get his wrist past his back plane, okay? As I do that, right, I'm pulling, right, from here, done over here, right, is now when I start to maneuver into the hammer lock, right, I can do a couple different variations off this. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collapse this arm further in, right, here, push it back, here, right, and then as I hold this, I'm gonna slip this arm through, and now I'm in a single hammer lock, okay? From this hammer lock, I can do a gable grip. I wouldn't necessarily suggest an interweave. I could do an overhand. This is kind of my favorable position here. There's a couple other grips that you can choose to do. I prefer this one because I can release this off. Okay, so again, right, we end up in this situation, right? Typically I advise what we call a baseball grip, right? So think of a baseball, right, or a softball bat, right, is here like this, okay? You can do it single-handedly, right, but we're getting here, right? I'm gonna pull as I swing through. This time what I'm gonna do is instead of grabbing like this, I'm going to keep my right hand and insert this way. I insert here into it. So I've kind of skipped a step. Depending on how I am and the compliance that I have with him, I may just choose one or the other. The interesting thing about the hammer lock is that the further up on the shoulder, the more he can do a whizzer. We're not going to go into that. So I want to be close to his tricep and down in here, okay? From the position, just because we're being tactical today, right, I may go for my concealed, right, pull here. Now he is going to be my shield. I'm going to go up to here and start to shoot. When the first bullet goes off, he will not be able to hear for a long time. So here now I'm, right? Or I could just fire one just to piss off his eardrums, right? Boom! Then he won't be able to hear for a long time, right? Or my knife is over, it's a live blade, so I'm not gonna pull it out because all sorts of insurance people start collecting money, right? So you can pull it out, right? And here I can start to do this to him. I can just hold it to his neck and say, get down on the ground, right? Or whatever command I want him to do, depends, right? So from that position, if it's a single arm, right? Again, I went from here to here, I went through. This time I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna insert my left hand in, move, and go to here. The best position is kind of a hip to hip here, right? I may be managing his leg this way. I can pull this leg out. I can start to move to a throw. I'm not gonna throw you today, maybe next time. The throw, I would just basically turn here and just go the other way and bring him with me and diagonally down to the ground. Again, this is a great control position here. If I'm a bouncer, right? If I went to Stefan's band tonight, right? and everybody should. And he's acting out, I may just escort him out this way. Come on, you're coming with me, right? You can also frame out here, right? If you want more control, again, you can operate the legs if you need to. Or if I feel like I need more control than this, I can also, right, if depending on the policy of the establishment, I may be able to throw a couple softening blows before I snag here, punch him here, right? Oh, he's got a cup on, right? Hit him in the cup, right? Or I can go to this. This position gives you more power, more control, but again, now I can't access weapons, right? If I'm a police officer, maybe I start to move to a cuffing position, whatever it may be, okay? So again, the idea here is you're getting here, right? Again, if you can, you're gonna have more power. You gotta pull. Don't forget this. Pull down, right? In Street Tactical Integrations, we call this force continuum. In TRICOM, they call this zero pressure. So I'm pulling so to reduce his ability to do anything. I pull through here, right? And I insert. I move to control, right? And whatever have you. All right? So that's a little bit about the hammerlock. We're gonna practice today. Live it, love it, subscribe, do all those funny YouTube things, right? And we'll see you on the next episode. Okay.